Can I just first of all thank all the members who took part in this debate today, and also over 100,000 people who signed the petition. Last year, Sir Christopher, I surveyed over 30 schools from across my constituency in Warrington South, and just to try and understand the scale and impact of government cuts to our children's education. I was shocked to learn that since 2015, over 80% of schools in my constituency have been forced to cut basic educational provisions such as books, equipment, and teacher training equipments. The same number reported that they have had to make staffing cuts due to funding pressures. Most damningly of all, every single one of the schools surveyed in my constituency reported that they were either dissatisfied or very dissatisfied with their current levels of funding. Despite the best efforts of our hardworking school leaders to protect pupils from these cuts, this is becoming more and more difficult. We know all too well by now that cuts to schools hit the poorest children the hardest. Current levels of funding risk robbing a generation of working-class children of their future. A primary school head teacher in my constituency recently got in touch to raise a number of concerns which illustrate this crisis in our schools well. This head teacher represents a school in one of the most deprived of my constituency. Despite this, the school achieves excellent results identified in the top 2% of schools for progress in maths and top 5% for English. The teacher told me that they have achieved these results by working closely with families to support their needs and try to ensure that their children have the resources they need to thrive and achieve. They believe that by supporting the whole family, our children are giving the best possible of life chances. But she also told me that and I quote, "I have built a strong, highly skilled and highly effective team to do this. Families tell us how much they value the work we do. However, under the current climate of worsening school budgets, this service is threatened. I am facing over the next few years a deficit budget. What do I cut? I know the services we offer make a real difference to our children, but within a couple of years, I will struggle to fund the very basics required to educate our children." How can the minister justify putting hard-working educators in such a position? As this example makes it clear, schools with the potential to achieve the very best results are being held back by insufficient budgets. It's a scandal, actively undermining the hard work and progress made by schools in my constituency. Lots of other local primary schools recently wrote to me expressing similar concerns. Next week, the Chancellor will issue his spring statement. This is an opportunity for the government to listen to the concerns of teachers and parents across the country and substantially increase funding for our schools. I call on the government to put an end to its unsustainable program of education cuts, a program which is placing an intolerable burden on the future of this country. If the government is serious about the future direction of our country post-Brexit, it must start seriously investing in those who stand to inherit it. Thank you.